Recognized for 6 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of my impeachment bill that will hold Joe Biden accountable for the dereliction of one of his most basic duties and allowing an invasion to take place across our southern border that has compromised the safety and security of the American people. With the passage of House Resolution 529 today, the House is taking historic action. For the first time in 24 years, a House Republican-led majority is moving forward with impeachment proceedings against a current president. This bill allows impeachment proceedings to proceed through the traditional institutional channels by building a body of evidence at the committee level through the committees on Homeland Security and the judiciary, reporting out impeachment based on the evidence, and then the House adopting a resolution so that when a trial occurs, in the Senate, there is an existing evidentiary record to rely upon when holding President Joe Biden accountable. Since his first day in office, President Biden has trampled on the Constitution through his dereliction of duty under Article 2 to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. Instead of enforcing our immigration laws, he has lawlessly ignored them and released more than 2 million illegal aliens into the interior of the United States without any enforcement mechanism to ensure that they appear in immigration court. His actions and open borders agenda demonstrate that he has no intention of enforcing our current immigration and border security statutes on the books. Rather, he is deliberately making a mockery of the rule of law by ignoring congressionally enacted statutes. Joe Biden is threatening our constitutional republic's sacred separation of powers. The National Border Patrol Union even noted that the leadership of the Biden administration are, quote, straight up liars. They even said, quote, we'd say they should be ashamed, but that implies they have a conscience. And this is the most corrupt administration in U.S. history, end quote. Joe Biden's lawless disregard for our federal laws have incentivized more than 5.5 illegal aliens to attempt to cross the border, overwhelming Border Patrol and allowing an invasion to take place that is causing real harm to the American people. The Biden border crisis and massive wave of illegal immigration has fueled a record-breaking fentanyl crisis. Since President Biden has taken office, over 100,000 Americans have died from fentanyl, including 1,800 Coloradans. Under his failed leadership, Border Patrol agents have encountered over 42,000 pounds of fentanyl at the southern border, and that's just what they have encountered. In addition to smuggling fentanyl, the National Border Patrol Union has noted that, quote, the billions of dollars that Biden's policies make for them, end quote, support a criminal enterprise of, quote, rape, murder, torture, child sex trafficking, and kidnapping, end quote. That is enough fentanyl to kill every American 28 times over. Innocent children are dying from fentanyl overdoses, and the devastation this deadly drug is causing to families and communities cannot be overstated. President Biden's decision to cede operational control of the southern border to criminal cartels have endangered our national security. In just the first few months of fiscal year 2023, Border Patrol has already caught 125 people on the terrorist watch list trying to sneak into our country. President Biden's lawlessness is threatening the very fabric of our constitutional system. Under the founders' carefully crafted plan, Congress has the legislative power to pass the laws, and the president has the executive power to enforce the laws. The president does not have the power to arbitrarily overturn laws or refuse to enforce the ones he philosophically opposes. Rather, He is under a strict duty to take care that the laws of the United States are enforced. If a law is to be modified or overturned, only Congress has such power, not a rogue president taking unconstitutional unilateral action. By nullifying our immigration and border security laws through a systematic lack of enforcement, President Biden has not only threatened the lives of countless Americans with his fentanyl crisis and increased crime, he has threatened the very foundation of our separation of powers. When a president tramples on the Constitution and ignores the laws on the books, it is Congress's solemn duty to restore our constitutional balance through articles of impeachment. Congress's power of impeachment was meant as the ultimate check and balance of the president. The founders hardwired this important accountability mechanism into our Constitution for such a time as this.